Hello and welcome back to our free online Getting Started course, Introduction to AQA A-Level Business. Now we've just looked at in the previous video how the AQA A-Level Business course is structured. In this short video we're going to look at how it is assessed. So as we can see on screen, AQA A-Level Business is assessed through three externally examined papers: Paper 1, Business 1, Paper 2, Business 2, and Paper 3, Business 3. Each of the papers, Paper 1, Paper 2, and Paper 3, last 2 hours and contain questions drawn from the entire AQA A-Level Business specification. So Paper 1 can contain questions from 3.1 to 3.10, as can Paper 2, as can Paper 3. That's why it's really important that you are familiar with everything on the AQA A-Level Business specification. It's a really good idea to download that the AQA A-Level Business specification, print it off and keep it in your folder so you can make sure you're on top of everything on there. Okay, let's dig a little bit deeper into each of the three exam papers, starting, no surprise, with Paper 1, Business 1. Now this paper, worth 100 marks, accounts for 33.3% of the total qualification, and on this paper you will find 4 sections. Section A consists of 15 multiple choice questions, or MCQs, worth 15 marks. Therefore, each multiple choice question is worth 1 mark each. Section B, you have some short answer questions worth 35 marks. In Section C, you will be presented with 2 essay questions. Each one is worth 25 marks. You choose one to answer. Then you move on to Section D, and again, you will be given 2 essay questions. Each one is worth 25 marks and you choose one to answer. So you choose 1 essay question from Section C and 1 essay question from Section D. Let's now turn our attention to Paper 2, Business 2. Again, it's worth 100 marks and also worth 33.3% of the total qualification. There are 3 compulsory data response questions worth around 33 marks each. However, each compulsory data response question consists of 3 or 4 part questions. Each compulsory data response question will have a variety of data such as charts, tables, graphs, and or a case study. So to give you an example, question 1 might consist of some data on the supermarket industry, such as some charts, some sales data, some tables, graphs, or it could also include a short case study on a particular supermarket or the supermarket industry in general. There will then be 3 or 4 questions that relate to that data. For example, question 1 might be broken down into 4 parts: 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. You need to answer all questions. And last, but by no means least, Paper 3, Business 3. Once again, 100 marks, 33.3% of the total qualification. You will be given 1 compulsory case study, and there will be around 6 questions that relate to the case study. Now, across all the 3 papers, you will be exposed to a range of different question types. For example, multiple choice questions, however, you will only find those in Paper 1. Essay questions worth 25 marks each. Again, you will only find those in Paper 1. You probably will have some calculation questions. There could be some explain questions. There will also most certainly be some analyze questions. There will be evaluative questions, and there will also be what we call open questions. Now, open questions only appear on Paper 2 and Paper 3. I want to just touch briefly on open questions, and the reason being open questions can cause students some difficulties in the exam papers, Paper 2 and Paper 3, where they appear, and it is also an area that's again sometimes mentioned in the examiner's reports. Now, open questions really require you to take a much broader perspective of business, and rather than just applying your answer to the business in the case study, they require you to apply your answer to all or any business, as well as perhaps the business in the case study. For example, there may be a case study on, say, the supermarket Aldi, and one of the questions may be, Aldi are known for their low prices. To what extent are low prices a good way for any business to increase market share? So the question isn't just about Aldi, it's focused on any business. So this requires you to take a much broader perspective. Now, I've just touched on it very briefly, and no doubt your teachers will cover how to structure and answer open questions as you progress through the course. I just thought it was worth highlighting because it is an area of difficulty for some students. So just bear in mind the open questions do require you to take a much broader perspective of business. If you go onto our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel, you will find a range of videos that are specifically about some of the types of questions that you will encounter in AQA A-Level Business. Okay, let's finish off this video with a short little activity called Categorize. So you have 60 seconds to separate the 8 key phrases at the bottom of the screen into the following 3 categories: Paper 1, Paper 2 and Paper 3. So if you believe that the MCQs appear in Paper 2, you would categorize it accordingly. 60 seconds to have a go at this activity. Okay, let's look at the answer. So, Paper 1 contains the MCQs, only appear on Paper 1. Paper 1 has the 25-mark essay questions and Paper 1 has 4 sections. Paper 2 contains open questions and 3 compulsory data response questions. Paper 3 also has open questions. You have 1 compulsory case study and approximately or around 6 questions. And there we have it. That concludes this short video where we've looked at how AQA A-Level Business is assessed or examined.